In this video, you're going to learn the importance of being patient in sales, staying calm in the pocket, and knowing that the results from the work you're doing now will come. It's just going to come down the line. My name is Jacob. I'm a salesperson at Service Bell. It's a relationship acceleration platform, and it enables you to call your active website visitors on the website, video call them on the spot. No longer do they have to go through a form fill, book a meeting, which happens days later, they lose interest. All that friction is eliminated. You can catch somebody on your website and take them from interested website visitor to sales conversation with a rep in seconds. It is awesome. You should totally check it out. And before I jump in, if you want my free lead generation training document to know how I generate leads with cold email and book meetings every single day for our company, you can grab it down below, and I'm going to go through my step-by-step process with you that you can copy yourself. Specifically, how to build bulletproof lead lists for cold email. That being said, let's jump into it. I joined Service Bell after a year at an agency where I brought in 7 figures in sales in 6 months from cold outreach. I was a sales guy. I was booking the meetings. I was running the deals. I was closing the deals. And I felt like I was king of sales. When I joined this new startup, it was a kick in the teeth because we didn't have a sales process yet. Our founder is not an experienced salesperson per se, so he doesn't really have, I'd say, the ability to give me the kind of sales coaching I was getting before. And we were in a new product. We have a new product in a new market with new personas. I was figuring everything out. I didn't know what to do. And my solution, my idea was, okay, let me book a bunch of meetings. And if I have enough conversations, then I am going to figure this out. I'm going to close something. I can figure out why it closed, and we'll go from there. Well, after months of calling, maybe 2 months of calling and many conversations, we had deals that seemed to be moving forward, but nothing was closing. We didn't actually ask for any money at any point in the conversation, and we weren't closing deals, and I was getting frustrated. I was burning out. I was calling every single day. I was booking meetings every single day. I was having sales calls pretty much every single day, and yet there was no deals closed, and I was getting frustrated. I was getting burned out, and this is what can happen to you in sales. But you have to know the work you're doing now will pay off in the future, and for me, it paid off because we brought in a new account executive. He's got more experience in sales, more experience in SaaS. I think he's frankly a better salesperson than me. I have a lot to learn from him. He helped us fix the process. He closed a few deals. Shortly after that, I realized what I was doing wrong, and I closed 3 customers. I got a verbal close today, and some of the deals that I cold called to bring in are closing. One of them already closed, and we've got 3 others in the pipeline that are some solid logos that could close, I think, this month. And that would be a game changer for the company because we're going to have, first of all, more revenue, which we need to raise our next round. It also means we're going to have some serious social proof, and their customers will see us and they'll want to use us. So all in all, it's a huge win. It also proves that we can predictably close deals with outbound sales, which is a huge thing for us, for investors, etc. And this came after months of toiling and trying to get meetings and close deals with seemingly no results. The point is, I had to put in a lot of work. I had to stay consistent even when I felt like things were not working out, and I had to stay the course and continue putting in the reps, and eventually it paid off, and it's only just starting to pay off. I'm going to look back on this call in this video. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to look back on this in a year from now and be like, wow, look at all the progress we've made. You have to stay the course. And this is true even when you are a sales rep at a regular company. All the cold calls you're making, all the stuff you're doing, you may have to call for hours. If you make a cold call and the first person who answers says no and puts on the phone, you're never going to book a meeting because you stop calling at that point. If you keep calling and you keep putting in your reps, even though the results are delayed, eventually you'll book a meeting, and eventually you get to the point where every 50 dials I make, I'm going to book 1 meeting, right? So you just have to, and maybe every 5 people I speak to. If I make 50 dials, I'll get 5 people on the phone, I'll book 1 of them into a meeting, right? And then you'll know, okay, out of every 5 meetings I book, I'll close 1 deal. But that's going to take 2 months, right? So you have to continue calling and book meetings. And then you have to get on sales calls and continue getting on calls and following up. And for me, I had to work for 3 or 4 months before I got my first sale from any activity that I was responsible for, right? Which is a long time. It's a long gap. And especially as a salesperson, it's easy to think, wow, I suck. I haven't closed anything, or I haven't closed anything for a while, or I'm not going to hit my number. What's going on? I'm trying so hard. I'm talking to all these people. I'm trying to do my best, but nothing's working. How do you get out of that hole? You have to realize that the results that you're going to get are going to come in the future, and you have to be confident the work you're doing now will result in future success. And really, the short answer to all of this is fill your pipeline. You got to fill your pipeline. You got to make calls. You got to send emails. You got to book meetings. You have to prospect. And this is another lesson. Conversely, right? Let's say you're doing great. Let's say you are doing fantastic. You're closing deal after deal. Your pipeline is full. Well, it's only 1, maybe 2 week duration away from being empty. Why? If you get to the point where you're closing a bunch of sales, you have a lot in the bottom of your funnel in your pipeline, and you get lazy and you stop prospecting, you're going to close deals for a few weeks or for a month while those deals are moving through your pipeline. You're going to keep closing. But if you don't make time for top of funnel lead generation, top of funnel prospecting, you might go, let's say you fill your pipeline up and you spend a whole month just closing deals. You don't do any prospecting. At the end of that month, you close a bunch of deals, but now you have no more deals to close and you have to go back to prospecting. So you're going to have these periods of lots of success and then dry spells when you're going back and forth between closing deals and prospecting. You need to make sure, if you're a full cycle rep, that you balance both closing deals and prospecting every single day so you never run out. Because what's happening here is you're getting blinded. You think that the result, what's going on right now, will be happening in the future. It's kind of the opposite of what I just said. You have to realize that the work you do now will pay off in the future, which means you have to continue prospecting for the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to keep your pipeline full and always be closing deals, grab my free lead generation training document. You'll see how I build lead lists for cold outreach step by step, and you're going to love it. Take it easy. Bye.